Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, a few months ago, we did a socket replacement service on this board. Right? I didn't have the CPU back then. The board, well, regardless whether I do have a CPU or not, the service doesn't come with testing or fixing the board. The service is just limited to replacing the CPU socket, AM5 in this case. Now the customer received the board, but the board doesn't post, right? So I said, sure, send it back, and let's take a look at it. Why not? Now, the customer said that the CPU is not getting warm, right? Indicating that there's the vCore is missing or some other problem causing the vCore to be low. After receiving it, I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Back then I didn't have the proper liquid, so I cleaned it again, and the CPU socket looks good now. I put the CPU on it and it would get warm, but we have no display and there's no we have no picture and there's no built-in postcard on the board. So typically when after the socket replacement the board doesn't post and it's the issue of the socket, right? It didn't solder on correctly or something like that, we should see. So if there is a problem with the socket, it didn't solder on correctly, on the postcard we should see 0, 0. That's the starting state of the postcard. So that means there's no communication with the CPU and the board is pretty much dead. Now after we cleaned the socket, I put the CPU on and the CPU would be warm. No display because this AMD CPU that I have does not have a display adapter built in. That's why. So now we have a couple of these. I'm not sure if they will work with this board or not. I've seen some boards that will not display anything on these older cards, right? Not all the lanes are populated. We'll see. But on top of that, now we have a right before the tariffs. I snatched it before the tariffs hit. We have a postcard that we put in the PCI Express port. So we're gonna see what's going on. So first, let's see it. We've got what is this? It's a, I don't know what this is. That's fine. So we have few PCIs over here. So let's do this. The board came with the DDR5, which I don't have. Oh, hang on. This board does have a postcard. Huh. So why was I waiting for the postcard? Now I got lost. But we definitely don't have the display adapter in the CPU, so now we're gonna test it with the proper display adapter. Just in case, I'm gonna put the postcard in it as well. We're gonna limit the vCore to 1 amp. It should be not enough. And we're gonna put OCP on it. Actually, let's 1.5 amp. So that gives us maybe 15, less than 20 watts. So that should be enough to boot the board, but the OCP will likely say that it's overcurrent. We gotta take the power from the preheater, drying the board for CPU swap. What are you gonna do? And now let's grab some HDMI. Let's connect it and let's see what's gonna happen. I don't think anything is going to happen, but let's see how much current we're drawing from the vCore. So let's turn on this. Nothing's blinking on the board. vCore is taking nothing. Now boot. vCore is taking 1.3 amp, so 16 watts. So it's correct. The CPU is turning on. Okay, we have 0 on this card, and we have nothing on the internal. That's why no image. There's not gonna be any image if we have 0. The BIOS is not booting, but the CPU is consuming proper power. So this looks, yeah, so vCore is fine. Let's see under a thermal image if the BIOS chip is engaging. We can check with the oscilloscope on CS line if the BIOS is doing anything, but thermal camera will get the same job done. The BIOS chip is dead. There's some heating underneath here from the battery. That's interesting. Yeah, the CPU is getting warm. 17. The GPU is powered up. It's starting. Yeah. So the GPU is powered. It's doing something, but it's not. The board is just dead. 38 degrees on the memory coil. That's normal. Yeah. Okay, well, the BIOS is not being read. Let's see if it gets its power. I wouldn't expect the LDO to be faulty here, because the board most likely wouldn't boot. Yeah, definitely it wouldn't boot, because the EC chip also uses LDO. So without LDO, the EC chip is not going to turn on the computer. It's not going to turn on the power supply. Now, I don't remember which pin, but I do remember that pin number 1 is CS. CS is 178. And this is 1.8 volt BIOS chip. And everything is at 1. This is 1.5. So the BIOS is being powered. It looks like the BIOS is powered. So we've got LDO, which we expected. Oh, and now the vCore experienced, oh yeah, because it heated up a bit too much. Let's boot it without vCore just to cool it down. Let's hope it didn't actually fry the CPU, but I don't think so. It should have thermal shutdown and all that. I don't think it suffered anything. But the main indicator here is that we have 0 on the postcard. So the BIOS chip is not being engaged. So either PCH is not working properly, could be, or the CPU is not soldered on correctly, the socket, which is rather unlikely. And I'm saying unlikely because it is consuming power, right? I would think that there's something else wrong with the board, especially as indicated by no digits, nothing on the internal postcard. Let's just do one more test, and we don't even need vCore for that. Okay, I took off the heatsink from the PCH. We have two PCH chips over here. It's dual PCH. Now let's see if they start. Okay, PCH is dead, both of them. By dead, I mean they're not turning on. If they're not turning on, what does that mean? Well, let's see if we have power, but we confirmed that we have power on the BIOS chip. It should be the same rail that the PCH uses. 1.8. It's okay. The battery voltage 3.07. It's not new, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. We have nothing on this cup over here, and nothing on this cup over. Oh no, we have 1 volt. Why do we have nothing on this cup? No, it's 1 volt. That's weird. but I don't see anything heating over here. The board is just not turning on. So EC chip is working, right? It boots the board, or it boots the PSU, but that's all it does, and it's dead since then. Anything past that, it's dead. I would not. I mean, as I said, if the socket replacement didn't go well, right? If the CPU is not soldered on correctly, we do see 00 on the Postcard, but for the Postcard to start posting, not only CPU is needed, PCH is needed as well. EC probably as well, but most likely just the PCH. It will utilize the CPU to read and interpret the BIOS, and then the BIOS notifies over the SPI or somewhere that the Postcard detects. And on the Postcard we have basically an EC chip. One of those chips is EC, and the other one is probably microcontroller, Octel. It's probably a microcontroller, and that's how it works. Oh, and let's one more thing that I forgot to check. Yeah, so it doesn't light up PCU or PCH or VGA or nothing. It just says reset and 3.3. Those are the only ones that are lighting up. Looks like the power is okay, and I would expect that this is one of the PCH issues. Yeah, sorry, there's just nothing I can do with this. It's not like I can swap the PCU or PCH. I mean, technically I could, but I don't have the replacement, and there is no outline, or at least not a useful outline. So this would be hard, and the chip would have to be reballed for me to solder it on. Nothing's heating up as to indicate shorts. Also, since the board boots and all that, nothing indicates that the socket replacement went wrong. Because there is, so the vCore, especially on these, vCore is not going to go up until the, I'm not sure, EC, probably EC, detects the CPU. There is a special detection method that the board uses to detect if the CPU is present. Typically, especially on AMD boards, the board will not even power on, the EC will not turn on the PSU until the CPU is detected. So it is detecting CPU, it's providing vCore, the CPU is consuming the proper wattage, but the board is just not booting. And there's no signs of life from either PCH. So my conclusion, unfortunately, is that the PCH is faulty, which means there's nothing I can do with this. I don't even, well, maybe I have a proper equipment, but I don't have proper know-how to replace the PCH. Because once you do, then you need to do some magic with the BIOS. I know a guy that does that. He's on our Discord. So, you know, I know where to get help with that, but I would also need a replacement PCH. If it was EC chip problem, that would be a lot easier, although EC is over here, right between the two PCI Express lines. So that would be extremely difficult to remove and replace. I'm not even sure how to do it. I would probably have to remove both PCI Express slots before even attempting to remove the EC. But EC, that's something that I can do. But PCH, that's at the moment beyond me, beyond my capabilities. So unfortunately, this is no fix. At least in my shop, it's a no fix. I will Oh, that's how it works. That's nice. You press this to remove the card. Huh, that is so cool. I was wondering what this was for. Yeah, sorry. Nothing I can do. I'll reach out to you if you want the board back. You definitely want the memory back, because there's probably nothing wrong with that. And yeah, and you also sent me like a test pad, which I never use because it's worthless. It doesn't really work for me. It's better to use the actual CPU. But this is it. Sorry, nothing I can do. There's like 3, maybe 4 pounds of paperweight at the moment. Well, no fix today, or well, other than the other fix we did before. Unfortunately, that's how it works, and it's actually that's why this indicator says nothing. It doesn't even turn on, because it's probably controlled directly by PCH. So it's very useful to have the additional postcard. So that will save me some time. Alrighty, thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate you, and I shall see you in the next one.